Okay, please welcome to the stage, currently starring in Cinderella. So crazy, multi-talented, my head's going to come off. Do you have your drink? All right, please welcome Mr. Santino Fontana. That's it. Okay. All right. Wait, you're carrying around your script?
Not my no, it's
so pretentious. I have a reading. I'm starring in. Why do you have to brag? So I thought I never met Santino before, but then he, crazy, weird photographic memory or something, he remembered we had met a time backstage at Sunny in the Park with George. Yeah. Who were you in that show? Were you the soldier?
Yeah.
Then wait, who was Ivan? Was it Ivan Hernandez in that too?
No, he wasn't in that.
So you were
Into the Woods.
Wait, then I feel like we did talk for a second because I remember saying you were really good in the show.
You did.
Ah, okay. So
thanks for remembering.
I do remember that moment. So now it's all coming back to me.
I've been holding on to that.
I know it works. No. So much phlegm. All right. So Santino, if you don't know, right now he's starring in Cinderella. He's playing the prince, but his career goes back for a long time because I've seen him in other stuff too. But let's go back to the beginning. Santino, where are you from? What's with the crazy name? Go.
I was born in Stockton, California, and then moved when I was 10 to Washington State.
What's with the Santino and the Fontana?
My mom they won't admit this, but the James Caan, you're sweating.
I'm totally nervous. Right? Literally, I've never been more freaking out. Well, he's the prince.
Please, really, not really at all.
He's a very nice prince. What? Okay, go on.
My parents won't admit this, but their wedding theme song is the theme song. You don't have a theme song.
Yes,
Their wedding song. Their wedding song is the Godfather theme song. Swear to God. Yeah. Da, 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 da. That's their theme. That's their wedding song.
They dance to it?
Yeah. So I think they named me after James Caan's character, who gets shut up.
Are they both Italian?
It's it, and there's only one. It's Italian, but I appreciate that. Racist.
Amazing bust on me.
Oh, boy. My dad is full Italian. My mom is Portuguese and Spanish.
Okay, let's go back for a second. So when did you start? Because you also play piano, which makes me phenomenally jealous, right? When did you start playing piano?
Kindergarten, first grade.
Hey, me too.
My sister played. She's 5 years older than me, and so I was always begging my mom, when could I?
So you're a real piano player. You read music. You're not one of those like I make it up.
Yeah, no, I read. But I quit in 8th grade because I hated classical music, and then went back to a jazz teacher, and then it was all like,
Jazz cats.
Yes, thank you for the hands.
Now,
the jazz hands. I appreciate
exactly what I meant. So were you doing plays when you were a child, chilling?
Yeah, I'm one of those kids that forced my mom to do the Thanksgiving Day play in the garage. I was the turkey.
Forced your mom?
I would force her to make the costumes.
I was going to say, because usually they're the audience. So she made the costumes, and what, you'd invite all the neighborhood kids?
Well, yeah, we'd go to the library, and I would, literally make her go to the children's theater section of the library, whatever, and then pick out scripts.
Oh, you didn't write them yourself?
Well, we did that, too. Those are the puppet. This is really thrilling, isn't it?
No, keep going. I want to hear the details.
As I go through my childhood.
Creative childhood.
Yeah, and then so kind of forced friends and family and kids to do plays.
And then did you get any good roles in school? Like, what was the first big musical you did in school?
I did Oliver in 6th grade.
You have a very similar childhood. What was your track?
I was the Airful Dodger.
You were? I was the milkmaid. All right, continue. It was a featured ensemble role.
To change.
No, they didn't. Thank you for supporting me. Marianne was actually there. By the way, not a joke. She was. Because she was obsessed with Jenny Wallace, and Jenny Wallace was obsessed, and Jenny Wallace was Nancy. Fourth wall. Continue. I will silence all. You guys talk it up. My body mics are on. Keep going. Okay, so you were the Artful Dodger. I was in drag.
Are they actually
That's my dad. But for some reason,
you are okay. Wow.
Yes, she was there because Janie Wallace.
That's beautiful.
She bootlegged it from the audience.
Really?
Yes.
And you were in
Equity.
How old were you?
I was 11.
So you were like a child actor.
And they changed Milkmaid to Milk Boy, so it was pre-transitioning.
Can
you shut up, Santino?
It's not helping anybody. I'm sure you're transformative, but please. No, that's not me. He shouldn't be playing a milkmaid. I'm looking out for him. I'm supporting your son. Tell these people.
It's too late. Okay, so go on. So you played an actual male role, so that's where you trumped me. Bravo.
I did. I played
one step ahead of me.
6th grade.
Was that your first big part?
I think, yeah.
Is that when you decided you were going to be an actor? Were you still like?
No, I was a baseball. I wanted to play baseball, and actually, I was on. It sounds so stupid. I was in Little League All-Stars, and it was at the same time as the play, and there was a lot of drama of whether or not I could handle both, and did I have to choose, and it was very Sophie's choice, only not. So I did, because I got to do both. So I thought I wanted to be a baseball player. I really did.
You good at it?
Yeah, thank you for the judgment. I appreciate it's real subtle. I did. Yeah, I was. I could have. Yeah, I was.
I could have been contender.
Wait, I could have been a contender.
So why'd you give it up?
Because I knew senior year. I remember I was in the outfield, and all my best friends who were
outfield?
still my best.
Where's the good player part?
Hold on.
I was in the outfield also.
They're a good outfield, not for very long. They're good outfielders.
Of course,
I played third base. The chorus is important.
Go on.
Oh God! Didn't you sub in pits? Come on. Yeah, that's right. I'm bringing it.
We've never even met, and he's such a dick. All right, go on.
I'm very quick. You meant to say quick. Senior year of high school, I was out. I wasn't out in the outfield like during a game. I mean, we were practicing. We all were in the outfield.
Okay, sounds defensive.
And I remember I was thinking of something for this to do in school on stage, and I was like, I shouldn't be thinking of like, I could do this, and then this could happen, and then I could get her to go do that, and directing.
So you were obviously obsessing about theater when you.
Yeah, and I was like, this is.
Peace out.
This needs to be done.
So, did you have good grades in school?
I did.
So, where did you go to college?
This is starting to get embarrassing.
Why were you in the honor society?
I'm not. Why do we need to talk about?
I knew it. Let me hear. Were you valedictorian?
I'm not going there. We're not going to talk.
Okay, anyone that will not answer that question.
I did very well at school.
What were SAT scores? SAT split.
I did well.
Let me hear the split.
I am not giving you my SAT scores.
Why? That's illogical.
What are your SAT scores?
I have no shame talking about it.
What are they?
They were all right.
Thank you. Mine were a little bit better than all right, I'd say.
I'm sure you were much smarter than I was. 600 math, 620 verbal.
SATs are not a measurement of how smart you are. It's how well you do at that test. Thank you. I'm very progressive.
Such double talk. All right, go on.
I'm helping you. No.
Okay, so you're valedictorian,
I wasn't
star-based baseball player, 1600, and then where'd you go to college?
I went to the Guthrie Theater's actor training program at the University of Minnesota, which was the first year it ever existed.
And did you apply to like all the big schools like CMU and everything like that, or that was what you wanted to go to?
I didn't do. No, I looked at. No, not really.
Why'd you pick that? No, I have phlegm. I'm trying to. Actually, made it louder. Wait. Why did you choose that school? Why not musical theater school?
It wasn't. It was just classical acting.
For 4 years?
Oh, gosh.
Well, what the hell? What do you need 4 years of that shite?
Why would you? I'm not
because
gonna...
because musical theater training, you'll get the dance, you don't have to focus for 4 years just in the acting.
I don't know. It's a lot. There's a lot of stuff to learn.
But
I was happy. Yes. I was very happy.
Marbles in the mouth? That bullshit?
No.
Let me hear.
No, it was great. It was really, really a great education. It was a great education. There's a lot to learn.
Let me hear.
It wasn't a conservatory. That's why I had liberal arts curriculum in addition.
So you had like psychology, all that other kind of academic bullshit. Yeah. I took mime. I literally got out. I was like, mime is a class at Oberlin. I was able to take mime, modern dance 3. Anyway, it was a total scam. Where was I?
I took a full liberal arts curriculum.
100%.
In addition to
so when did you graduate? You decided to what? Move to Chicago, New York? What'd you do?
I didn't. I stayed in Minneapolis. I was a company member there at the Guthrie for 2 years.
What years were this?
2000. I moved here in 2006. So
and when were you at school?
2004, 2005.
Because my friend Jason Little was Hedwig there in Minneapolis, and I went out to go see it, but I can't remember.
That may have been during. They did that while I was there.
Yeah, I feel like it was like early 2000s. Now, why did you move to New York and not L.A.? Why weren't you doing like TV film?
I don't know. The people I knew were in New York, and I had been trained to do. I had a very small scope initially. I wanted to be a working actor anywhere. So I was thrilled to be at the Guthrie, being a company member at the Guthrie. I had no large...
It's a great theater.
Yeah, it was great. And I got to do everything that I wanted to do. And then it was clear that it was time to leave and try something else. And so the people I knew, and I knew I was trained to do theater, so I knew I'd be comfortable in that no matter what.
Had you have any money to move to New York over in the Guthrie?
Yeah, I'd saved a little bit. I didn't have that much. But yeah.
So when you moved here, did you move in with friends? You got your own place?
I moved in with friends up on 100 and, way up there in Maine, basically. And then I lived with them for a while, and then I had a sublet on the Upper West Side with a friend, and then I subletted in Chelsea for a while, and then I, did that whole
The actor's life. And what was your first big gig in New York?
Fantastics.
Oh, and you're on the recording of that.
Yeah, it was my first. Yeah, it was good.
That's a good part. I played that show for a long time, but when it was at Sullivan Street, I got to play piano
Yeah.
for it. I wish I had played that version. You were at the
Snapple Theater
Snapple, yes.
above the Duane Reade on 50.
It's a
very
gig.
special. It
So
definitely
you were the
is.
boy in the Fantastic.
I had a great. I mean, it was great. And Tom Jones is fantastic.
Tom Jones, who wrote the show, was the old man, right?
He was the old actor. Yeah.
He was the old actor. So
And
what was it
brilliant.
like?
The
what-
best part of the show.
Was,
Yeah, he was really great.
it's a hard show to do. Like, what did you enjoy about doing the Boy in the Fantastics?
I liked. Well, it's written in verse. Nobody knows that. And from where I went to school and stuff, that was exciting to me.
To actually have a role.
loved that. It was like, oh wow, it's written in verse, and I thought it was really, and I thought it was moving. You know.
I think it's. I would like weep at the piano playing that show. I think it's really
Yeah.
moving. And what about getting to do the recording? That was your first big cast recording.
That was my first. That's my only cast. Oh, we just recorded the Cinderella one, but otherwise, yeah, that's it.
What was it like doing the recording? How nervous were you?
I wasn't that nervous. I mean, no, I wasn't that nervous. I'm more nervous. I'm more upset now with like, oh, I wish we'd recorded that song first because I can tell I'm getting
You're tired?
If I don't hear it very often. If I walk on 50th, actually, they play the CD and you can hear it on the speakers. There's a video, and I've heard it. One day I was like, I stopped. I was like, that's my voice. That's my voice. Where's my voice coming from? And they have the video up there. But that's when I hear it like that. But no, I don't spend time at home listening to like, if only I'd taken a bigger breath. No, there's none of that.
Did you make any mistakes during the Fantastics when you did it? Any
Mistakes?
on-stage debacles? Any to know about?
I don't think so.
Mr. Perfect.
Was there one?
I don't know.
No, I don't think so. I wasn't there very long. I mean, we were. No, I don't think so. I'm sure there were. I don't.
Why were you not there long? You got another gig?
No, I did it for the 4 months that the contract, and then I was used to doing a show for 4 months, and then you do another show. I mean, that was my life.
And then what did you go to do next? Broadway or off Broadway?
No, I did Hay Fever at the Old Globe, and then I came back and did Sunny in the Park with George.
They live out there.
Really?
We have a subscription to the Old Globe.
So maybe I saw you there.
We skipped that. They skipped it. The only
I'm
thing
coward, not a fan.
Well,
It's okay.
we did, and we see everything.
All right.
Wait, so who is that
Skipped
related
it.
to you?
That's my father's wife.
Got it.
I'm his father.
Got it. In stereo.
That's
It's
repetition.
in stereo, in case I'm deaf.
Cinderella is the stepmother.
Got it. But you're not evil, are you?
I was
No.
Cinderella. We'll talk next week, guys. Anyway, they'll be back in Palm Springs. My point is, what was your first delicious Broadway debut?
Sunny in the Park.
Sunny in the Park with George.
Yep.
Did you get to meet Sondheim?
Yes.
Was he friendly or eyes averted?
No, he was very nice. But to be honest, I averted.
Wasn't a
To
lot?
be honest, I averted my. I didn't. I was a little. I still am. I mean, I am. Obviously, I can't even talk about it. I was very hesitant to like get too close because I didn't want to like say the wrong thing. And no, he's a genius. So
Did he come to rehearsals and give notes?
He did. I mean, I was the soldier, so there wasn't like a huge amount of...
We all...
He didn't really give me... He laughed the first time he heard me say that line I have in It's Hot Up Here. He laughed in like a, oh. And that was like...
Why, you put a spin on it?
I was just trying to be as... Sam, the director, wanted the soldier basically to be like an innocent. Like everything is new to him. And his line in that song was, I like the one in the light hat. And I just tried to say it as purely as possible. And he was like, ha, like the first time we did it. I was like, yeah.
That's so cool.
And then I just watched him every time I did it after that.
And then he was like,
no.
first time was so
not
good.
that time. Yeah, no.
Never quite reached it again.
It was fine.
That was at 54 Below, not 54 Below, did Studio 54, right? Did the Ritz.
Yes, right before that.
And then it's right, the Ritz was right, and then Sunny Park with
That's what we
George.
did.
Right, 'cause we're like, we're going to extend. Sunny Park is coming in. We're closed. So your Broadway debut, was it the Neil Simon show? No.
That was my Broadway debut.
Oh, right, that was, well, I don't really consider.
Sunny in the Park. Oh, you don't consider
Well,
Roundabout
no,
Broadway?
well, we got busted because I thought it was Broadway, and then everyone's like, it's actually considered regional theater. Did you know that? It's not really considered Broadway.
But it is.
I know we get nominated for Tonys. By the way, the Ritz didn't. But a lot of people, the Roundabout Theater is considered regional. It's not really.
Well, it's a nonprofit. It's considered. It's on a LORT contract.
Yeah, it's not quote
So
unquote.
MTC. So I mean, Lincoln Center. You would be considered that as well.
But so is that really considered Broadway theater?
No.
Exactly.
Yes, they are. No,
No,
they
it's
are
not.
Broadway theaters because of the size. And yes, they are.
She said. All right, go on. So what was your first? What was your first actual Broadway show? Go.
It was Sunny in the Park. Was my
Fine.
first Broadway
After that,
show. Billy Elliot was after that.
you did Billy Elliot?
Yes. I
Who
was
you? The brother?
The brother. The angry
With the
brother.
original?
Yes. Thank you for that. Also. I appreciate that.
If you turn on me,
Come back next week to Santino's Chatterbox.
thank you, Dad. Exactly. I would care.
No, I
Kick
don't
your
want to
ass.
do that. And my family won't come. So
Exactly.
they live too far away.
Thank
oh, look,
you.
she has the program. That's
Wow.
a fan right there. Oh, hello. Hello. Are you good to see you?
Wow. Wait a minute.
Yeah, I
What
was
if-
the angry brother.
What-
I'm kind of glad you didn't know. That's like the story of my life. No one remembers.
That's
they
being
do
a
remember.
character
No,
actor.
yeah, but then yeah, it's fine.
That's a big coup to Billy Elliot. So what the hell was it like going to that kind of big machine?
Yeah, well, it was a lot. I mean, it was, we rehearsed on the set, basically. They built a set at the Little Schubert, and we rehearsed on that
So
for
not
3
even in the
months.
theater, they built another set?
Yeah.
Holy. And what was it like having 3 different Billies?
Oh, we had 4, and then there were more. I mean, it's a lot. It's hard.
Because every week you have a, I mean, every
And I
other-
loved, those kids were great. I mean, I could not have done what they did, ever.
Why? Oh, because of their crazy
It's just
dancing
so
skills?
much. Well, not only but they also were in classes every day. They weren't doing the show, or they were in rehearsal every day. So they were worked constantly.
Oh, good. Oh, the whole like Billy school.
Yeah.
And then so you were Greg Jabara, who won the Tony
Yeah.
Award.
Yeah.
But wasn't it annoying to like do a role that's already been done? Wasn't the director like, this is how, actually it was Stephen Daldry, right?
Yes.
He is actually, I did Inspector Calls with him. He's not really this is how it's done. Was he that way?
No, it wasn't like that. They did have a full rehearsal process that we really, and they also changed the show. I would say they used to say they changed it 40%. I was like, how are you measuring this? But yeah, 40% from the London version, and they'd also done it in Australia.
How did
But
you,
I wanted to do it because when I got the script, the version that I read initially, every other word was the F word. And I had just been playing the soldier who was like this, and I was like, this is great. And I'd done fantastic, and I was like, this is the right thing.
but wasn't it pronounced like feck? Because it's,
Can I say? Well, I'm not on TV. Fuck. It was for fuck's sake, man. Don't want to tell
so it's
you.
like an umlaut over the U?
No.
Ha-
No, there's no umlauts.
How did,
There are no umlauts in real theater.
uh-huh.
No.
How did you,
It's opera.
how did you learn how to do that crazy ass accent?
4 years of school. Call back. Thank you. They're coming back next week. I feel it. Getting comfortable. No, yeah. No, seriously, that's exactly what I mean. I mean, that's exactly what I think.
Isn't it called having a good ear?
No, that's not enough. That's not enough. That's the beginning. But even if you don't have a good ear, you can train your ear to do all that stuff. It's literally, I mean, you can teach anybody who has the time, basically, to learn an accent. We had to learn the phonetic alphabet. And
What's a phonetic alphabet?
you learn every sound, and there's a notation for every sound.
In that accent or just
in any accent. So you learn all the symbols, and then you're able to literally dissect anyone's accent, and you can write it out, and you can copy it, you can change it. It's hard.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So you can apply the phonetic alphabet to just
Anything. I could take down what we're doing, and I could score it almost anywhere.
like shorthand?
Yeah. And then you could also change it. So you could say, okay, he's upper class or lower class. Then we know which sounds you change. We know, it's a lot. It's a lot to do.
And what's that
This
class?
is what they do at, it's at classical actor training stuff. It's normal.
I guess, but there are a lot of people that did Billy Elliot that didn't take 4 years.
Of course. No, of course there are.
But you're saying you were quicker than most because you had the training.
I'm saying for an audition, you show up and they give you that thing and they're like, do a North Country British accent. But it's not any North Country. It's Durham County, which we have never heard. And the movie, they're not even doing it correctly. They're doing basically a screwed up Scottish accent, which we know because the dialect coach told us that's not really the real accent. So you have no reference to come in for an audition. So
when you went to the audition, how did you know
I called up all those voice and text people that I know, and I, pulled out my phonetics and stuff, and we just went through it. Like, how do you do this? And also, Jenna Russell, who was in Sunny in the Park, she'd spent time up there, so she was trying to help me,
How many auditions to get Billy Elliot?
2, 3.
Did you have to dance?
No, there was a movement thing, though. But once they found out I played baseball, I was screwed, because then I went because the Tony in London didn't dance, or in Australia. Didn't dance at all. Was not in solidarity. Was not doing all that dance crap. And then as soon as they knew I could move, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll do it. I can do it. And I was in that thing.
Did you have to tap?
No, well, I did have a tap solo at the end that they cut because it made no sense. Like, and now Billy's brother's
Like military-
tap dancing. Yeah, why would he be tap dancing? He's like the big, heavy, like, nasty guy. And they're like, oh, he's tapping. No, it made no sense.
How do you know how to tap?
I did. 4 years of school also.
No.
Yes.
No.
He did.
Stop.
You so regret asking me to come now.
Because there was a lot of, I only studied classical acting. Why would I study anything about musical theater? And now you're fessing up.
No. No, classical acting actually has the largest umbrella. So we had to do everything.
Rihanna?
What?
By Rihanna?
That's a very current reference.
Current. 5 years old.
I was gonna say, up till now it's been Into the Woods references. No, it's the biggest umbrella of like understand. You know, you have the most stuff to learn.
So you actually had to take dance class, even though
Yeah,
you
we
took
did. We took our first year was African dance, which I know you're gonna think is stupid, but it was actually incredibly helpful. And yoga.
Seraphina's ever revived. Yes.
No, it's not for that.
Okay.
African dance, yoga.
Uh-huh.
We ended up taking ballet, circus. We all know how to juggle. We all had to learn how to. I also can juggle off the floor.
What does that mean?
It's like with bouncing balls. You juggle off. It doesn't. Google it. And then I don't mean that in a mean way. I mean.
Really?
I can't. I didn't bring my bouncy balls. I can't. Certain.
Go on.
Or he said, "Be open." You should know, of all people.
Transitioning. Go on.
The transition's over.
Continue.
Basically, so we had to do a ton of movement stuff: ballet, tap, jazz. I also did tap as a kid because my grandfather used to show me old movie musicals a lot and all that stuff, and I wanted to be Sammy Davis Jr. basically.
So you took tap class?
I did. I was the weirdest child in the world. Because I would go to like baseball class. I would go to baseball, and then I'd go to like, I'm going to do a tap dance. And I was like really specific about, no, I'm not going to do arm stuff. I was like, just like rhythm tap, like Savion Glow.
That's
That's what I wanted to be.
Over.
Yeah. I played Tyrone in Fame, the black boy who can't read. And he had a tap dance.
They did Fame at the Guthrie?
No. This was before this. This is way before the formal training began. This is like 7th grade, 8th grade. This is like right after Oliver, a couple years after Oliver.
Wait, Fame the musical was out when you were in 7th grade?
Oh, yeah.
Because it came out when I was 50. Okay, go on. Because now my head's coming off. Okay, backtrack. So Billy Elliot, now with that enormous effing set, weren't things always going wrong? Weren't sets always being like
yes,
shoved into
were.
people's coccyx?
Yes.
So like what happened?
We just wanted to say that word.
Coccyx? 100%. How'd you pick up on that?
They
Okay,
did,
so go.
yeah. I'm quick. It was dangerous. It was dangerous. I don't think anyone would disagree with that.
Didn't they stop the show like
Oh
nonstop?
God, constantly.
For what?
Well, the floor would open up and it wouldn't close. I'm dead serious. There would be, if the fog didn't work correctly, it would shoot oil onto the stage, and so that happened to me several times where I would run on and fall.
Oh my God!
Yeah, there are several back surgeries.
Wait, the option was fog
foot
or oil?
surgeries, knee surgeries. People are still dealing with those injuries.
Well, and the stage was raked, right?
And the stage was raked.
So, rake means that it's tilted forward. Because my friend Grant Turner had to leave the show for a while.
he had foot. I shouldn't say that.
No, but he got crazy injured. A lot of people do because equity allows these rake stages that are so dangerous to the actors, and it's always like collateral damage. Like I guess.
And the
10
smoke
actors.
too. There was smoke in every scene. Fake smoke or cigarette smoke being used as part of the show. So there was smoke through the whole show.
And they're always like, it doesn't harm anybody. Meanwhile, like you're in the pit, you're like, can't breathe.
Yeah,
Like Phantom of the Opera, that smoke would always come down. It's like, can't breathe.
Yeah.
So were you ever out of the show for anything?
Oh God, yeah. I mean, everyone was. I think everybody got. I mean, not for extended periods of time, but everyone got hurt at some point, and you have to take it. I mean, that's the first time I'd ever been in that situation. I've never been I've been in plays where you're sitting and talking about stuff. You're not jumping off of a. I mean, I also, and a lot of it is somewhat. I mean, all of our faults because you're so excited to be there. There was a scene where I slid across the stage and then landed on something that then raised up 12 feet in the air.
That was
like,
part of the show?
Yeah, I'll do it. Not initially. And I was like, I'll do it, yeah. So I'll slide on, and then guess what? You have to get off. So then I had to jump 12 feet onto the rig stage. Yeah, it was not fun. That part of it was not fun. The people were great. I mean, the cast, I have some of my best friends ever because we went through, it was a lot. It was 3 months of rehearsal and then like 6 weeks, I think, of previews.
And what happened on the
and
show?
they did the show twice. So
They did the show
they did it
twice.
in Australia and they did it in London already.
Oh, and they still required all that preparation.
So we were still they were still playing with it, which is good. But
What would happen? They would stop the show. They'd be like, "Ladies and gentlemen, come back in an hour."
no, they would say, there's technical issues, and then we'd wait until
And
they
who would
fix it.
entertain? Would you do a tap dance? Sammy Davis Jr. style?
No, I think Greg did talk to the audience once, but then he got a lot of flack for that. Someone was mad, saying that it broke character. He also stopped the show once and saved some of us, thank God.
What do you mean? He was like, someone's about to die?
Yeah. Not someone's about to die, but it was too, I'm going to get sued. That's what's going to happen after this. No, it was, there was something that was unsafe, and no one was stopping the show, and Greg, which I think
What was unsafe?
I don't remember at the time. I really don't.
But he was just like...
Something was wrong. I know something was wrong, and he's the one who said, we have to take a moment. And he got a lot of flack from some people who wrote him letters and wrote things online.
Elton J?
I have no idea. No.
I was trying to be mysterious.
No, Elton John, no. But people were upset that he broke character. He stopped the show.
What are you talking about? He's trying to save...
Exact. Hey, and the whole
Idiots.
cast thanked him.
Speaking of Elton J, did you meet him?
I did.
What was he like?
He was lovely.
How does a cranky arse?
It was very lovely to me. I only met him really briefly. He came to opening.
Oh, that was it?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's
Did he,
kind of it.
did he laugh at your line? Sondheim style? That's
No.
your go-to? Okay.
He didn't laugh. He was very nice, and his husband, who was also our
David Furnish?
Furnish, who was one of our producers. They
And
were
what was
very
like...
nice.
Stephen Dolce is a brilliant director. What was he like as a director?
I think I would say he's a brilliant director too. Yeah, I think he's one of our best storytellers. I think in dramatic.
Yeah, I thought Inspector Calls was amazing. Okay, so after Billy Elliot, you did it for how long?
I did it for I think a year, all said, with rehearsals and everything.
And
It was like
injuries.
a year. Yes.
And then you left to do what?
Brighton Beach.
Brighton Beach Memoirs.
I went right into rehearsals. Yeah.
And you were Eugene?
No, I was Stanley.
The brother.
Where's the research set? I'm kidding.
Josh Cressetti.
No, Josh was in. No, he was supposed to be in Broadway Bound. Noah Robbins.
Matthew
was the
Broderick.
Eugene. Yeah. Well, okay, that was the original. And Jelko Ivanek was my role. Yeah.
Anywho, I don't know plays
I was
here.
Jelko Ivanek.
I know musicals. Okay, so go on, and not British ones.
You were in The Ritz.
And there's an enormous musical sequence in it. Next question. So the point is, you were in whatever that show, Brighton Beach Memoirs,
Yes.
by Neil Simon. And first of all, he's another cranky ass. Did you meet him?
I did. He was lovely to me. No, I mean that.
Why does every story end with that lie?
That's not true. There are people, if you ask the right name,
All right, finally-
you'll see me go like, it was great.
Oscar Wilde.
No, lovely.
Okay, so wait, Brighton Beach. So that's when you got injured in, because I saw your Facebook post.
No, that's not Brighton Beach. What was my Facebook?
Wasn't it like 1 year since my crazy injury?
Yeah, that was later.
Okay, so Brighton Beach, that got amazing reviews, didn't it? But then
It
went,
got great reviews.
But then it closed in like a minute.
Yeah,
So now, why did it get such good reviews? And why the hell did it close?
I don't know. It was a producing
why?
thing.
Well, that's the literal reason.
But that's
Is that the one with
in the
Black
movie. She was. Yeah, that's true.
That's the movie version.
Because nothing screams Jewish mom like me. And I love Blythe Danner, but come on. Oh, guys, we're going to do a movie of it. Let's get Blythe. No. On stage, maybe, but the camera's right here.
Laura who?
Laurie Metcalf played my mom in the
Metcalf.
show. Yeah. No, it was, I think what happened is because we were supposed to do Broadway Bound and Brighton Beach in rep.
Yeah, which is a great idea.
It was a brilliant idea, but because we were going to open them separately, I think if we opened them at the same time, everyone would have bought tickets for both, and we would have been fine.
Nicholas
But
Nickleby
because
style.
people waited, and I told people to wait. I said, wait until Broadway Bound and then just see both. And
So you closed the show?
it was my fault.
Effing idiot!
It was my fault.
Now, who directed that?
David Cromer.
So, first of all, that ran for what, like a month?
Yeah, it was like 3 weeks of preview, 4 weeks of previews, and then a week of we opened to what people liked it.
Acclaim.
I guess, and then yeah.
Do you get every single job you've ever tried out for? Because,
No.
Really? Because
God,
you've mentioned
no.
8,000 shows and you're 2. So
I've
go.
been very lucky. I've been very lucky.
Okay, it's a non-answer.
That's
so what
an
if-
answer.
So what if you? Well, what
There's
if you?
no question.
There was. You get every show you try out for.
Answer is no.
Okay, so which
Let
one?
me bring out the failure trunk
Let
of
me hear
auditions. that
which
I have
show
had.
you didn't get. Name me
Oh
a
my
show.
God! There's 8 million.
You really can't think of one, can you?
Yes, I did the very first one after the Fantastics. I did a reading of The Flamingo Kid, which was a new musical.
Okay, never came to Broadway. Does it count?
Disappeared.
Right.
Well, that's a failure.
No, it doesn't.
If I was good enough It could have happened.
Cut! I'm talking about a Broadway show you tried out for and didn't get.
Yes. No, hold on. No. There are so many. Trust me. I'm trying to like say a couple because I don't want to look like a total
Really?
loser. What's the one? The British.
What's the one?
No, stop. The Journey's End. That was one of the first ones.
Where the guy's shirtless and she's like in his lap? No,
No,
what was
that's
that?
Desire Under the Elms.
I don't know plays! Do you understand? I
But
don't know
what made
plays.
you think Journey's End, Desire
'Cause it's
Under
a-
the Elms?
Because it's a play.
There's no connection.
Yes,
to
it
those
is
two.
play.
No.
That's how they're connected.
Not enough.
Dirty
He
Dancing?
wasn't in both of them. He was in Journey's End. Yeah, but he wasn't in Desire Under the Elms.
Okay, so you didn't get a play.
There's been
And what
plenty.
musicals have you tried out for? Did you try for the Les Mis revival?
No, I didn't. I was working, I think. No, I didn't. No,
Had
I don't
another
mean
job.
that's why.
Had another
I'm
job.
sure I wouldn't have gotten it.
So go on. So you closed Brighton Beach and you immediately went into what?
View from the Bridge.
View from the Bridge.
Yes,
Oh.
where I got injured.
So that's when you got injured. Now you were playing
Rodolfo.
Blondie.
Yes.
Okay, that I remember. Now,
That's a play.
Because that wig was cray-cray.
I didn't, well, it wasn't, you didn't see me in it.
No, I did not. So now what the hell was the injury?
I have a head injury. This is really not exciting. We're going to go down like medical land.
Of course it will.
I have a head injury. I had a head injury. I'm
Because
fine.
something on the set hit you, right?
Yeah, I hit my head into a set piece, yes.
What now? Was it because you did the blocking wrong, or because the set? Oh, you're not allowed to talk about a lawsuit or something.
I haven't said anything.
Why not with the smile? So like I'm in the middle
this
of
is a complicated issue.
Uh-huh.
I got injured.
Leave it at that.
I wouldn't mind.
Why?
I mean, it's very real. I mean, I'll tell. Here's what I'll tell you.
Okay, go.
I don't.
Whatever you're comfortable with.
Well, yeah, a head injury. There was choreography in the show of a fight, and I hit my head, and by the time I got the correct diagnosis, basically, I had a concussion and a contusion on my brain. So I have a see, thrilling right now. We're like, yeah, no, now it's ruined. The night is ruined.
No,
tonight.
it's not.
I had a bruise on my brain, and it sucked.
Yeah, but I
And it was
remember
a frightening thing to go through because brain injuries are hard to diagnose, and they're also nearly impossible to say like this is what's going to happen.
Uh-huh.
So it was pretty, especially for an actor, you don't realize how much it's all a brain get. It's memorizing. It's like it's all intellectual. Just start, So it was hard.
Well, because the only reason I brought it up because I saw your Facebook post. It was so exciting, and that was a while ago. It was like,
So yeah, it was a couple years ago. Yeah, because after the year, because when you get past the year mark, then you can identify closer what things are going to be. And luckily, I'm fine. Thank God.
but you had to leave the show.
Oh yeah, yeah, yes I did.
Sucked.
No, it was better that I left and got better than stayed and like.
Did you do any actual performances?
Yeah, I did about a week and a half of previews.
And who were the people? Wasn't it Scarlett Johansson?
Scarlett Johansson.
What was she like?
We are not talking about A View from the Bridge. We're done. No more of that. No
I've
more of
never
that.
had a guest cut me off before, but I'll accept it this week, Santino, because you've been sassing me since Places.
It was a very that was a very traumatic thing to go through.
I
So
hear ya.
I think. Really?
Oh my God! Shut the f up!
Do you want
Go
to hit
on.
my head again? Jesus. Well, I was a part of it before you saw it.
She saw
So-
previews. The first preview.
Yeah. No, she was. That was her first play.
I thought she was great in that show.
Yeah.
Okay, so hold on. So we can skip. What show was it again? Was it View from the Bridge?
View from the Bridge.
It was just named
View
after
from
me.
Journey's End.
Literally one of the few plays that I've
Journey's End in the Elms.
cut. Okay, so then after that, obviously you got better. So what the hell was your next show?
Well, in a year, I did Importance of Being Earnest.
Which is where I finally, for so you know, I wrote you a crazy anonymous
Yes, it was very
Facebook
kind.
message. Because did you guys see that he was unbelievable in that show?
Nice.
You were so good in that show. So that was only a year later.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously you were fine.
It was a
A,
long time.
B. So you
It was
were
a long
great.
time to not be able to do anything. I mean, that sucks.
Yeah, but to come back with such a triumph, wasn't that? Weren't you so proud of yourself?
I was happy with it. Yeah, I liked it. I had a good time.
You were
David
amazing
Furr,
in
I
that
loved
show.
David Furr and Brian Bedford, they were great.
Well, but I would have to talk about your performance because I remember being completely obsessed with it because you were so funny and you were so good at conveying someone who's actually funny in real life. Because like when you see like sitcoms, it's like everyone's being funny, but no one's acknowledging their funny.
Yes,
And like,
thank you.
Like yeah, like when you watch it, I'm like, wait, you're obviously funny. Why? Okay, so you were so good at being a person who is actually funny in real life. Did you think that when you were doing the show? Like
that's him.
Alfie,
I thought
right?
Algernon. I thought that's the guy. I mean, I totally agree with what you say. I see when you see so many plays or sitcoms where suddenly no one has a sense of humor, they're just accidentally funny.
Hilarious.
Like, that doesn't exist in life.
Exactly.
And there's both. I mean, there are examples where people are being funny and they're unaware of being funny. And there are people who are being funny and they're aware they're funny. And there's also people that are being funny or trying to be funny and aren't and are trying to be funny. And that all can exist. That can all exist in a play if you're playing a real person.
Okay, so I thought you were brilliant. B, Brian Bedford directed it and
was in it.
Fully transitioned because he played. Thank you.
Yes, Lady Bracknell.
Lady Bracknell. Okay, so first of all, it was a play that I saw. Where's my lauding of me that I actually saw a play?
And it was a classical play.
So bravo to me.
Well done. Well done.
And I
you get a
for the whole
cookie.
thing.
Yes, and it's a regional theater production, according to you. Don't tell Todd Haynes that. Now we know why you haven't been back since the Ritz.
How did you know?
Because you're telling people.
I was up for Todd, and my final call. No, I thought it was Broadway until everyone during the Ritz was saying, you know, this is regional theater. Me and my friend Jeffrey Thomas were plummeted. I'm telling you, they told us it was regional. We were devastated.
It's a regional contract. That's true.
So what the hell was Brian Bedford doing? Because I had him on Seth Speaks. I had him on my radio show. And he was he was decidedly blank-faced. I played celebrity with him. And I was like, she's blonde, she's short, she's in Wicked. He's like, literally for the full minute.
You should have emailed me. I would have told you, do not play celebrity with Brian Bedford.
How would I know? I thought it was like a sassy.
That is a terrible idea.
A sassy. Oh my God! He got 0 names in a minute.
Of course. He probably wanted to kill you. They're like, why am I here?
I was like, you have to respond when you play celebrity. I was just staring. You had a lot of attitude.
No, he's lovely.
So what was he like as a directress? Well, he was in full regalia the whole time, I assume.
Only
a bustle, petticoat, Spanx.
I can't confirm or deny that. I don't know.
Did he give you any comedy notes?
Yeah, he was great. I mean, I feel like we all learned a lot from him. He had some great quotes like that I would write down about. In modern plays, things must be underplayed or you don't believe them. But in classical plays, they need to be, they need to be given their full weight or it's like music that's not loud enough. You know, he said beautiful things like that. And you'd be like, oh yeah. And he would talk about Gielgud, who was his teacher. And I would give him a hard time about that all the time.
But is that true? Because in modern plays, why? Why is that? Because it's more realistic. Because modern plays are more realistic.
Because you know, Oscar Wilde is heightened already. No one in real life really talks like that.
It's almost like a farce. Well, it is a farce, isn't it?
Yeah, it could be considered. You get into murky. It's hard to.
Mistaken identity.
It's hard to identify what exactly that is. If it's a farce, if it's
I never thought of that the other to be overplayed. Or whatever the word is. What did he say? Played to its fullest.
Give its full weight, or it's like music that's not loud enough.
And is he British?
Yeah.
Wasn't it nerve-wracking doing a British accent in front of someone British? And do not say you're training.
No, I mean that's what I mean. A lot of my voice teachers, Andrew Wade, who I did Shakespeare with at the Guthrie, he's British. I was very and Stephen Daldry. I mean, the Brit thing is something that Sam Buntrock's British. That's been a
given.
Kind of like it's normal for me to be working with Brits.
Have you ever thought of doing the West End? Have you been to the West End?
I have, yeah. We studied abroad for a semester, so I saw Stefan. What is that? Yeah, it's a plane ticket. I mean, come on, everyone does it. So it's not a big deal.
Oh, one.
Yeah, I went to study abroad, but no, I mean, I don't think no offers are rolling in from the West End like you.
Well,
Thriller. Actor, no one knows. Come
Bodyguard. There's some good musicals.
Thriller.
There.
Is that a musical now?
Yes.
Are you kidding me?
Yes, Thriller. We Will Rock You.
Who's
The Bodyguard.
What Americans are giving them the rights to those things?
I know.
Stop
Why are they
it.
allowing it? No, don't get
Thriller?
Don't get me started. Yeah.
What's the story?
A
Halloween?
guy.
Like a car ride? What is the...
I think it culminates in the song Thriller. Yeah, I know British musicals just cut. P.S. I'm going there for a week in June, so if you're watching, can't wait. Leicester Square Theater. Okay, where was I? So after Importance of Being Earnest, then what?
Sons of the Prophet. Which is not Broadway.
Oh, yeah. So it sounds like nonsense. Have you ever had a day job?
No. But no. No.
So what was the buck gonna be?
I have done, when I'm not in rehearsals or in performance, I've been a reader for casting directors a lot. I was actually a reader for an audition you played. I think it's your husband, you're married, singing Her Face.
Everywhere. First of all, amazing memory.
I have a weird memory, but that's also partially since the brain, and that's why am I bringing that up? So we're not going to talk about my brain.
But you remember it's gotten better because your brain injury?
I had to do. You have to do cognitive therapy, like with stroke patients. Awful.
Wow.
Terrifying. But like the memory games, my memory before it is probably better now, and now after is better.
Well, they always say when you get old, you can like do brain games to actually train your brain.
Yeah, it's a lot of that.
That's amazing. First of all, I cannot believe you remember that.
I do.
And what was the show?
And you asked afterwards for feedback.
From you?
No, from Jay Bender. Was casting it.
Oh, I remember that audition.
See?
I don't remember there being a reader there, though. Because wasn't it just like a look-see for Jay?
I know, but he had me stay because they had people coming. They had people before me.
It was like a Saturday.
Yes.
I also have an amazing memory, so right back at me.
It was a Saturday.
Shabbos.
I was a reader for a lot of different casting directors.
That's not really a day job. That's actually an amazing job because casting directors get to see you read and then they cast you in shows.
Yeah.
So you've never been like a secretary. Like you never worked at Macy's as a
No, I've been very,
girl.
very, 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 very lucky. Very lucky.
Okay, so and now what?
Although my career's not over. So next week you could see me at Macy's.
Oh, you're starring on Broadway. Okay, so first of all, now by the way, what about TV and film? You're not one of those annoying actors that's all I really want to do and I want to skip theater?
No, definitely not. No. But I've done Nurse Jackie and Good Wife.
But you're not going to move to LA and be annoying, are you?
I'm not moving to LA without a job.
Oh, but you do want to move to LA? Why?
I wouldn't say I want to move to LA. No.
But what about your crazy multi-talents? Why aren't you writing a movie or writing a TV show?
Who's saying I'm not?
Work! What are you writing?
I'm not telling you.
Why can you not tell me? Why are you so private? Fess everything up. Go.
No, I'm not going to say part of my... No.
Mystique?
It's not mystique. I just don't... I'm a pretty private person, I'd say. It's kind of scandalous I'm here at all, to be honest.
Is it really?
A little bit.
Do you not give interviews?
No, I give interviews. I wouldn't call this an interview. This is a conversation with like 40 friends asking about my brain injury.
It's fascinating.
And your family's here. Which,
Yeah, that is correct.
wait, how are you related? Wait.
No, they're just loud mouths.
Hold the phone. Dad, wife,
Yes.
stepmother. Yeah, I know. We know. And then, you're not related.
Someone
You're
who
not
saw me as a
connected.
child. A random person who saw me as a child.
Are you kidding?
Uh-huh.
Shut up.
No, 100%. She
Really?
literally- I mentioned I did Oliver, and she's like, I saw it. I mean, that's literally what happened. And taped it. And
I'm sure you were brilliant.
I actually was. I belted it.
Belted what?
Will you buy me?
Oh, right. The milk boy.
Why are you laughing?
I'm imagining the costume, I think.
I had the...
And you in it.
I had the job. Why is the comedy out that way?
Wait, no, but how do you know them?
She's just sitting there.
You don't.
Why do you have an accent? What accent is that? Go.
Well, I didn't hear it. I couldn't hear it.
Okay, just say something. I'll have to identify it
Go.
with his phonetics. Go. Where's the accent?
Are you from the UK?
I guess the
Maine?
4 years backfired. So far.
It's not Jeopardy. They're not prepping me for Jeopardy.
Australia.
Oh.
Brava, Gloria.
This isn't helping your evil stepmom image.
I know.
I'm telling you right now.
100% Santino.
I think we should,
Trap
button it up.
shot. That's so
Sorry.
forte.
I shouldn't say that. I'm
100%.
like him. I can't
What
do
the-
that.
you're turning
That's not
on-
bad. You're still sweating, by the way.
I am literally... I don't know why I'm so hot today.
Why are you wearing a sweater? Summer is spring is here. Yeah.
No, it was cold out this morning.
That was great.
Okay, everyone shut up. That includes you.
You regret
I never
inviting me. Are they always like this?
No,
I haven't seen another
No, it's
one.
never been this much
Really?
for all.
No, are you
And I
kidding?
never Albert Brooks sweat. I don't know why the broadcast news. I really don't. What's happening? I've just never been confronted so much by my guest. Okay, so you're working on a private TV show and a
I
film.
didn't say that. I didn't say either of those things.
You pretty much did.
I have a lot of
Irons in the fire.
irons in the fire, as it were. No, yeah, I always. I wrote some stuff. That
I know you
openly
wrote some amazing song
Oh, right, for
Lindsay, right? For Beltris, for Farah.
yeah, for Farah. Yes.
She
She
also-
belted an A.
Yeah.
She was like, I can belt an A, and we're like, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, he's crazy multi-talented. So why are you not?
Nobody
writing?
does mean like me. We wrote that. It was for submissions only for the Mean Girls musical.
Because he plays the hottie on Submissions
No,
Only.
I don't. I
You
don't.
play the guy
hottie.
that you play the guy that she's in love with.
Yeah. That doesn't mean hottie.
Anywho,
It's just a human, Seth. Just another human in the canon.
guy. Whereas you have the nerve to write. So now, why are you writing? Why aren't you writing a musical like Thriller? why aren't you writing a musical?
No, yeah, I write stuff. I write little things here and there.
But you're not.
I wrote some stuff with Michael Arden a long time ago that
He's
were
super talented, too.
For Easter Rising, that musical that he was writing. I gave him some stuff.
But you're not working on a whole.
It's hard to do. I mean, I think I would in another life, I guess, or I don't know how to say that. But I think no, I'm always like creating stuff, you know.
But
And
you're
that's
not
why I'm
like
really
that's not
active.
your big goal is to be a big composer lyricist on Broadway.
No.
Okay, speaking of Broadway, talk about Cinderella. This is your first big mega musical on Broadway besides Billy Elliot. But Cinderella's like more original than Billy Elliot, I guess, because you're more originating a role because it's a new spin on the Prince.
Yeah, it's a whole new script on everyone. Yeah.
And yet it's going for Best Revival. Did you hear that scandal? Even though it's like not really a revival, but it is, but it isn't. It's a scandal. We were just talking today about it on the radio on Sirius XM, the Dueling Divas. Christine was more shocked than I was. I was like, the score's been around forever, but she's like, but it's all new. Anyways, why, you weren't scandalized by it?
No. I don't know. Wait, what's the question? No, it's completely new. I mean, I'd say it's very, very new.
How'd you get the role of the Prince? Did you audition or was it offer only?
No, it's not offer only.
Just axing.
No, the producer of Sons of the Prophet, Robin Goodman, I was singing one day in Tech as just for fun. We were kidding around. And she said, and she also produced. No, I wasn't singing that.
Oh.
I was just singing some stupid something. And then she produced Flamingo Kid also. And she said, "Oh, you should sing again. Do you want to sing again?" I was like, "Yeah, I'd be open to looking at singing something again." And because it had been a while, and she gave me the script. She said, "I want you to look at the Prince and Cinderella." And I was like, "No, that's boring. Who wants to do that?" Well, because in any other version, and I didn't know the other versions that well, but now that I do, if you were to say what his personality was, and
He plays
nothing.
a person. Yeah.
like a present, he's like
Yeah.
he's there. He doesn't move a lot, and he's tall. That's all we know. So I said no. She said it's a different version, and then I read that, and I read it during Sons of the Prophet, actually, right before one of the shows, and I laughed out loud on the first page.
LOL.
And I was like, "This is funny."
And then what did you do? A reading, a workshop?
We did the reading in January. So
And
we
what's
closed in January, and I did the reading the next week.
So this is last January.
Yeah.
And then, so the reading was for whom? Investors?
I don't know. Yeah, producers, investors, to see if it was going to work, and it was basically the exact same cast that we have now, almost completely.
So you never had to audition?
I don't think not many people in the. I think the ensemble did have to audition, and I'm sure some of the other roles auditioned.
What's your audition song?
I have a different one for every.
You do?
Yeah, I don't have a book per se. When they say bring your book, I freak out because I don't have one.
So-
I just don't. Again, I have monologues. If someone was like, I don't actually now, but when I came to New York, they prepped us, which a lot of it was unnecessary. I ended up having 8 Shakespeare monologues, most of which I could probably still do. I'm not doing them. Don't even. But a ton of Shakespeare monologues, a ton of other stuff. Whoa, now we're just getting.
No! Take it off!
You
Okay, so
wrap this up. What is going on?
continue.
Oh.
It's just a glove.
So I didn't have a book. And every audition, but that's part of the fun of music auditions.
I'm the same way. I always create a
new.
new song for an audition. But a lot of Broadway stars, I have a song I've been doing for 20 years.
No, I have some stuff where if I don't have anything and I know, no, I don't really though. I really don't.
You don't have any fallback?
You know what I do sing? No, I don't. But the song that I've sung stop.
The most?
But the most is "Stick Around" from Golden Boy.
Oh, that's a nice
No one
song.
knows it.
Okay, brava. So you got Cinderella, you did the reading, and then they said it's going to Broadway. So you guys never went out of town or anything.
No, we did a workshop in July for a month.
Oh, I remember when Anne was doing that. So what's it been like? So it's Anne Harado, who's hilarious.
Yes, she's lovely.
Laura Osnes, and like, did you add any?
I think Laura Osnes is here, actually. I think she snuck in the back.
Ozzy? Hey, Laura Osnes.
Hey, Laura Osnes.
Want to come up and say hi? You can come up.
She really wants to sing. That's what she told me.
Are you going to sing?
Glitter and be gay. Glitter and be gay. That's what she wants to sing. No, she's not singing. She's going to kill me that I even told anyone that she was here.
Be quiet.
She's going to
kill me.
What are you
going to sing?
No, she's not singing. Stop. Laura, don't do anything you don't want to do.
Oh, my God. So controlling.
I protect her.
Anywho, I'll touch you privately on Facebook. Okay, so what I was saying is you guys never did an out-of-town triad. You did the workshop. And did you add any comedy yourself to the show?
Oh, I think we all did. I think, yeah. I mean, they cast, they
cast really funny people.
I think they cast really smart.
Harris.
The whole cast is really smartly cast.
No, Anne Harado went to Brown.
Did you? That's
yeah,
right. She does tell people that a lot. That's right. Yeah,
she told me her SAT scores.
Did she? She would.
So I'm telling you that. Okay, so what's your favorite part about Cinderella?
I love the cast. I really do. We're
during
very
the show, what's your favorite moment? Like when you go, oh, I can't wait to do this, blah, blah, blah.
It's a new part of the show that no one knows. There's the thing at the end. Is someone still saying sing?
I know.
What's going on
harassment.
over here? Is that from your stepmom?
You started this bullshit. You made it a free-for-all. Free-for-all.
I just came in wanting a conversation instead
just
of
a lot of directing. Continue.
That's all.
Laura's done my show twice. Never had a problem. Go on.
You think it's a problem. I don't think they think it's a problem. I think they are having a good time at this year Chatterbox. Compare. Thank you.
Go.
I'm not really singing. But I have a little funny thing, but it's not. You're going to be disappointed.
Am I playing for you? Are you playing for yourself?
You don't have to.
Yes, we do.
You could. It's really short.
Then
funny.
Bring me the music. Where is it?
No, let's wait. What time is it? Laura, are you leaving?
No,
so rude.
Oh, it's 6.
Wait, you have a broken iPhone screen?
That's sad.
I know.
You're in a Broadway show. Get a new phone. Shitbass.
I'm not proud of it.
What happened?
Wait, what were we talking about? It died also.
Charged you, a-hole. We were... oh, you heard that?
It's a big being asshole. And I appreciate you not saying asshole and saying a-hole instead.
I'm trying to be nice.
Because ever since Laura got here, you're on your best behavior.
Thank you, because she's from the Midwest. Anyway.
I spent a lot of time in Minneapolis. Do you know that story? Did she tell you that story?
Why do you guys?
I'm responsible for her getting married.
You set her up with her co-star?
In
nice
a way.
try.
I did.
No, she was already in the show. She made out with him when he went on.
Yeah, but okay. Slow down. Breathe.
So condescending.
You're so
sweating
sweaty.
again.
You're so guilty about something.
Not at all.
I was offered to understudy Aladdin in the Minneapolis Children's Theater, and she was and she was offered the understudy as well. I then got a different job, turned it down. He got the job, and that's how they met.
Oh, and then they both happened to go on.
Yeah.
Oh, so your nonstop working and every gig actually paid off.
That's not true. I'm gonna send pictures of you, and I'm just on the floor crying, because I can't get a job.
Nice try, dear. Okay, so in conclusion. Go see Cinderella, Smattering, lovely Laura Osnes, and all right. So give me what I'm playing for you.
You still haven't seen Cinderella either.
I know, but I told you why I was starring in a play that I wrote with David Turner. A Smattering.
Things too.
I'm catching up on everything. I haven't seen anything. It was a play, but it's about classical musicians. So that.
But don't you hate classical music?
That was my character. I wrote it for yes, sir. Yeah, kind of. Even though I have a classical piano degree, open.
That's not a self-hate right there. That's a lot.
It's passive aggressiveness on my own part. You grabbing it away from me?
It's a joke song. It's very, basically, don't react. You're going to ruin it. Don't react and don't play until it's time.
Want me to turn the pages? No.
That's a callback. Comedy in your genes. We're asked to sing shorter and shorter amounts of material every audition. 16 bars, and then it comes time to 8 bars, and so I finally found a song that I think makes sense for this cut. So I think we should do this. There's a grief that can't be spoken. That's all. I think that song would work in an audition too. I am waiting for the opportunity to do it.
That's Santino's comedy. But it could be sung.
No, that's bogus. Come on, they're all singing. There's no talking.
Oh, now everyone's angry.
See, this is what I was saying. I told her, it was like,
Well, you sing.
I'll sing something. I'll play sing something.
Oh, show-off style.
It's short though, everyone. And the mood lighting, that was fancy. Easy, neighbor. Easy, okay? You gotta crack the whip with these people. But it's like boiling water. You bring it to a boil and you're like, simmer, boil. I'm not directing, I'm just suggesting. That's what she said. Don't you have to get kicked out now? There's someone's gonna come in here and sing Elton John songs. I'm your chic oasis charmer. I'm your knight in shining armor. I'm your dozen roses farmer. I'm your guide. I'm a supper club fanatic, thunderstorm electrostatic. From 3 points I'm automatic. I'm your guy. Now if you want a carriage ride or an escort to the ball, my horse is waiting right outside. Just give me a call. I take meetings, I'm a player. I eat breakfast with the mayor. I will be your dragon slayer. I'm your guy.
Very talented. The placement is so good. He just has a natural, his placement is just constantly, it's like right above at all times. So interesting, like your natural, what you're born with speaking voice. But just listening to like Joan Later, it's just placed there naturally. What song is that?
It's a John Pizzarelli song.
Oh, so cute. All right, let's take a photo. Laura Osles, come in the photo.
You have fight call in 10 minutes.
Can you stop being such a know-it-all for the Midwest?
We have an early show.
Oh my God, you're right.
In my, look how cute she looks. I'm your guy. She still got it. Still got it. Bye, everybody. Still got it. Bye, thanks.